afternoon. Welcome to the information seminar presented by the subject group of Applied and General Biological Science. I'm Dr. Huang. Together with me are my colleagues, Dr. Mai and Dr. Tian. So today we are here to share with you the pathway to medical laboratory science by introducing various related programs related to medical laboratory science offered by our subject group at Hong Kong U Space. So firstly, allow me to introduce the dedicated member of our program team. So we are the academic team presenting here today. Supporting us, we have the technical team who support the who provide crucial support during the lab section, ensuring a hands-on learning experience for our students. We also have the admin staff who handle the administrative tasks to ensure a smooth daily operation. So together, we offer a variety of programs, and we will share some of them to you today. So firstly, I will give an overview of a career in medical laboratory science, and then my colleagues and I will share with you the following 7 programs related to medical laboratory science. Before this overview, I would like to raise a question. So when we go to a hospital or a clinic, sometimes, or maybe just for regular body check or for examination of some kind of condition, so the first thing that might happen is the doctor or a nurse want to collect some sample from us. It could be some blood sample or urine sample or even a tissue sample for biopsy. So have you ever wondered what happened with those samples? So this is where medical laboratory technologists, MLT, come into play. So they are the important player in the field of medical laboratory science. They play a vital role in the healthcare system, yet often being overlooked. Because unlike doctors and nurses who we can see and interact with directly, the MLT, they work behind the scenes. So they process our samples, they perform necessary tests in the lab, and then they analyze the results, and eventually they generate a report. So this report provides valuable information considering the condition of our body, so it can help the other medical professional to make informed decision regarding the diagnosis of disease, the monitoring of disease, or the according treatment. MLT can specialize in various areas or disciplines, each focusing on specific aspect of laboratory testing or analysis. So today I would like to walk you through some common divisions, the 4 major traditional disciplines. So the first one is hematology and serology. So hematology studies blood and its components. For example, the red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets, etc. And MLT in this discipline, they will perform tests to look at the shape or the number of red blood cells to discover if there's any blood-related disorder like anemia or leukemia. They also perform tests to detect the blood clotting ability. While serology, they study the antibodies and antigens in the blood sample. They also determine the blood type, the ABO blood type, which is a very important factor to consider during blood transfusion. And the second discipline is medical microbiology. So this discipline is all about identification of microorganisms, including the bacteria, virus, and fungi. So MLT in this discipline, they use techniques like culturing, staining, or sometimes genetic testing. So you might hear a lot using PCR to detect the COVID-19 virus during the pandemic. So that's what the MLT in this discipline would do. The third discipline is clinical biochemistry. So in this discipline, it's about measuring the chemicals and substance in our body using the body fluids like the blood or the urine. So they would measure, for example, the hormone levels, the glucose level, cholesterol levels. So these measurements can provide information about our organ function, our nutritional status, and any underlying disease like diabetes, heart disease, or kidney disorder. And the last discipline is the histopathology and cytology. Histopathologists study the structure and organization of the tissue, while the cytology focusing on individual cells. So they would, MLT in this discipline, they mainly in charge of preparing the sample and perform the staining and then examine the sample under the microscope to discuss any abnormality in the tissue, often for detection of cancer. So here shows you the personnel structure in a clinical laboratory in hospital setting. In a typical clinical laboratory, there is a diverse team of professionals, including the pathologist, which are the medical doctor who oversee and interpret the laboratory results. And there is scientific officer. They conduct the R&D work, the research and development work, to contribute to the improvement and innovation of laboratory techniques and technologies. And there's a department manager, or sometimes called laboratory manager. They oversee the day-to-day operation and the staff in the lab. And then is the key member of our today's discussion, the MLT. So you can see there's different grades of MLT. So together with the laboratory assistant, they constitute the technical team in the lab. So our program mainly focuses on providing training to the laboratory assistant to equip them with the necessary knowledge and skills so that they will become eligible to register as an MLT. The laboratory would like to become a MLT for various reasons. One of the significant factor is because of the potential salary increase. So here shows you a reference of the pay scale of MLT. So as you can see, the AMT, the Associate Medical Laboratory Technologist, the junior level of MLT, they can expect to receive a salary of more than 30,000 per month. For the intermediate level, the medical technologists, the MT, they can the salary can progress to more than 50,000 per month. As for the senior level, they can make more than 70,000 per month. So as you can see, the salary the MLT might receive is relative competitive and attractive. So that's the main reason a lot of lab assistants will try to gain the training and then become an MLT. So the next question will be how to become an MLT. So in Hong Kong, MLT is a profession registered under the Supplementary Medical Professions Ordinance, Chapter 359, Laws of Hong Kong. That is to say, only the holder of a valid practicing certificate, the registered MLT, can practice this profession in Hong Kong. So how to register to become an MLT? There are several options. One some people with certain qualification, they might directly register with the Hong Kong MLT board. And the other option is to complete a recognized MLT program. One such recognized program is the higher certificate in medical laboratory science offered at Hong Kong U Space. So this program is also known as HTC. It has been around for more than 50 years since it first started in 1972. So this program is designed to provide individuals with the necessary knowledge and skills in human anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, and of course, medical laboratory science. So students will receive a general education in all the major medical laboratory science disciplines. Additionally, they will specialize in one of these disciplines to gain a deep and broad knowledge of this discipline. To better understand the program objective, let's have a look at the program structure. So it is a 2-year part-time programs. So each year, students are required to complete 3 compulsory subjects and 1 elective subject. So the elective subject can be chosen from the 4 major disciplines: the clinical biochemistry, histopathology and cytology, medical microbiology, hematology and serology. So in both year 1 and year 2, students will study the same elective. And for the 3 compulsory subjects, they are biochemistry, physiology, and integrated medical laboratory science. So this IMLS subject is actually cover a general education in each discipline, including the lab management in year 2. So this program, normally there will be there will be 3 classes every week. So it is quite heavy course. So it is recommended that enrolled students will communicate well with their supervisor and seek their support for your study in this program. So regarding the professional recognition, after complete all the examination in this program, graduates are eligible to registration as the medical laboratory technologist in part 1 with the MLT board. So that means the graduate, they can start to practice this profession in the medical lab. So MLT part 2, they need to work on the supervision. After several years of working experience and probation, they can become part 1 MLT. At that time, they can work independently without supervision. So here shows you the minimal entry requirement for this program. It includes some very basic requirements such as the DSE level, ALE levels. However, based on the applicant's profiles in recent years, having a BSc in biology-related discipline would be an advantage when applying this program. So without a BSc degree might be less competitive. However, we encourage those who have long working experience can still apply for this program because that working experience is also a factor that we will consider during the application. Additionally, the applicants are expected to currently working in a medical lab, and preferably they should have a 2-year working experience, the practical laboratory working experience. So if you are interested in this program, you might want to pay attention to the following information. So this program offers every 2 years, and the next intake of this program is the 2024 to 26 intake. the application has completed, so it's closed. For the 26 to 28 intake, the application start date is tentatively set to February of 2026. So you can look into the web page of this program by scanning the QR code to find the information like the application, the course fee, etc. And if you have any inquiry, please feel free to reach out to our supporting staff, Rosie. The second program is the Diploma in Laboratory Science. This program is for those who wish to gain or refresh knowledge in laboratory science, including medical laboratory science. So if you fall into this category, this program might be a fit for you. So firstly, if you come from a non-science background, but you want to change your career by working in a lab, then you can take this program to gain some basic knowledge and skills in the laboratory science. So after graduate, you might find employment in a testing lab, such as being a lab assistant or technical assistant. Secondly, if you already have a Bachelor of Science degree, but haven't worked in a lab for a long time, and you might consider taking this program to refresh or update your knowledge. So after complete the program, you may feel more comfortable or confident to work in the lab again after a long break. The last potential student are those who plan to enroll in the HTC. But maybe you are not currently working in a lab, or you don't have enough working experience, or you are taking some other courses who might enhance your academic competitiveness for HTC application. Then you can also consider to enroll this diploma program, as this program covers some general introduction of the major discipline of medical laboratory science, which will prepare you to get you ready for your future HTC study. So as for the program structure, this is a 2-year part-time program, carries 60 credits. It is set at QF level 3. So it has 4 taught modules. The first module will introduce the medical laboratory science and non-medical laboratory science. It will set the foundation for your study in these programs. As for the second module, it will provide some foundation and basic principles in several disciplines of biology, such as physiology, biochemistry, molecular genetics, etc. So this knowledge will enable you to be able to appreciate the topic that will be covered in subsequent modules. Module 3 is dedicated to lab management and quality assurance. These 2 topics are also very important component in a testing lab. So this module will show you some basic management skills and also the quality assurance procedure to ensure the accurate and reliable testing result. And the last module is the highlight of this program. So it is integrated laboratory science study. It will cover an overview of the 4 major disciplines of medical laboratory science. So for the entry requirement here, so as this is an introductory level program, so it only requires students to have very basic academic qualifications, such as the DS level 2 or above in 5 subjects, CEE grade E or above in 3 subjects, or ALE grade E in 1 AL subject. So, however, for applicants who do not have the above academic qualification, it's also encouraged to apply, because you might already learn some basic laboratory skills in your work or some knowledge from your work. So you can also consider to apply. So how to apply? You need to submit application form and also the photocopy of your academic certificates. So the next intake for this program will be September this year, and this program is offered every year. So the application deadline will be the end of this month. You can scan the QR code to get more information. As for the course fee for this intake, it will be 30,000 for year 1 and year 2 respectively, and the application fee will be 150. And if you have any inquiry regarding this program, please feel free to reach out to Kiki. The third program is Advanced Diploma in Bioscience. So how this program related to medical laboratory science, considering we are talking about the pathway to medical, the pathway of a career in medical laboratory science. It is because for some applicant for the HTC program, because HTC application become more and more competitive, and some applicant might not have a degree to gain an advantage when apply for the HTC. So for them to be more competitive, they might want to get enrolled in a degree program, but because they might not have enough foundation to enroll a degree program. So this advanced diploma in bioscience is a fit for this group of potential applicants for the HTC program. So this program will build a foundation in bioscience and enable you to pursue enrollment in a degree program. It might be a fit for you if you don't have any science background but aim to pursue a career in biological related field, or if you already work in a laboratory or other healthcare setting but you don't have a degree. And as we know, a degree might be important for promotion or career prospect. So if you would like to pursue a degree, and then you can consider this program. So here shows you the program structure. Again, this is a 2-year part-time program, but it carries 120 credits. So you can imagine this program might be heavier than the previous program. So this is a QF level 4 program, and it has 16 modules, including some module like module 1 and module 13, which will provide some language skills in the setting of bioscience, so in English and in Chinese. It will also provide module like module 3 and module 11 is science communication. So it will show you how science is communicate in the setting of science, and how to communicate to different audience for different scientific content. And a large proportion of this program is to build the foundation in biology and in science for students. So, for example, the module 2, Introduction to Biology, and module 6, Physiology, module 12, Biochemistry, and module 9, Foundation of Chemistry. This will build provide students the principles and foundation in biology and science. And there's also other module provide a hands-on experience and training in the basic laboratory techniques. For example, the module number 7, physiological technology, module 14, biochemical technology. Lastly, some module is more applied module. It can enable students to link what they learn from this program to their daily life, such as the module 8, biology and society, and module 10, modern chemistry. So For this program, the entry requirement is also very basic. It requires the DSE level 2 in 5 subjects, or CE grade E in 3 subjects. However, applicant with other academic qualification and relevant working experience will also be considered. So for this program, the next intake would be, it will start very soon. So it's gonna be the 24th of this month. So we have extended the application deadline to June 11. So if you are interested, please submit your application form together with the photocopies of your academic certificate. You can get information by this QR code. And as for the course fee, it also 30,000 per year. And as this is the first intake of this program, so the application fee is waived. If you have any question, please feel free to contact Winnie. And that's all for my part. Now I'll pass to my colleagues, Dr. Mai.
Thank you very much, Dr. Huang. So my name is Dr. Keith Mai, and I am the program leader for the Bachelor of Science in Biological Science. And this is a top-up degree program that is taught in collaboration with Edinburgh Napier University in the UK, in Scotland. So this program is a non-local higher ed and professional education program, so it is exempt from the regulation ordinance. So why do a top-up degree? So for students that are that have studied an associate or higher degree, they may wish to do a top-up degree to get a undergraduate education, and also for graduates of the higher certificate in medical laboratory science program, again to get a degree, and also for students who may have studied other biological sciences or related sciences and wishing to get more knowledge in the the biological science program. And after completing the BSc in biological science program, then they may articulate to other programs such as the MSc in biomedical science, which my colleague Dr. Tien will talk about later. So again, this is the BSc in biological science. So we have a program that commences every year in September. The normal duration of the program is 2 calendar years, and it is delivered in 3 trimesters that take place that take over 15 weeks. So in total, there are 11 modules for the program, including 1 research project. And for students that wish to complete the whole program, to get the honors degree, then it is a 240 credits, 2 years. But for students that want to exit after the first year, then they may receive a BSc in biological science and what we call an ordinary degree. So these are the modules that are taught in our program. So as you can see, it covers a relatively broad range of topics in biological sciences, including immunology and genetics. We also delve into some food microbiology, and also looking at some more topics related to the biomedical science, infection and immunity, and clinical biochemistry. And that's it for year 1. There's also a research methods module, which helps students look at more of the science side. Instead of just learning about things, they will learn about how the process of science is done, you can say. In module 2, then it's more, again, more focused on applied. So we have modules related to molecular biotechnology, such as molecular medicine and microbial biotechnology, and also pharmacology and pathobiology and applied toxicology, and seeing of how these drugs or other toxins affect our bodies. And finally, in trimester 3 of year 2, there is a research project which you'll be assigned to researchers in Hong Kong and look at how they do their research, and also be given an opportunity to do some individual research. Now, looking at the admission requirements, so generally it's a top-up degree. So we're looking for students that already have higher diploma or associate degrees, or a higher certificate in medical laboratory science, or equivalent qualifications. And this might be a mix of courses. And again, of course, these have to be related to the biological sciences. And these are some examples here, but the admissions committee will look at the individual courses that you have taken and determine your suitability for the program. Okay, so how to apply for our program. Sorry, this is the application fees. So you can go on our website to see, to look for the application form, and you can apply it there as well. Or you can come to one of our Hong Kong Youth Space Learning Center, the counters. And the application fee is $150, and these are the program fees for year 1 and year 2 for the current intake. And the new intake will begin in September. And please look out for the application deadline, which is at the end of this month on the 28th. And if you have any questions about the program, then you can please contact our colleague, Kiki. Okay. Next, we have certificate in microbiology testing. So this is a 1-year part-time program. And this is for people that are interested in doing specifically microbiology testing, but not necessarily on the clinical side in hospitals or medical laboratories, but more so in general testing labs. So graduates of our program are considered to have met the minimum training requirements set by Hong Kong Accreditation Services to be an approved signatory for microbiology testing. So the program is to be taken over 1 year, 1 calendar year, and it is split into 3 modules. So first we have module 1, which is introduction to microbiology testing. It's for people that may not have much of a background in doing laboratory work, and also getting some basic concepts with microbiology testing. Then in module 2, we have advanced workshop in microbiology testing 1, and this module will give more hands-on techniques to students, and they will learn more about what kind of testing they do, including water testing, food testing, and air quality testing. And finally, we have module 3, and this is where it all comes together, where students can learn about more of the laws and regulations regarding microbiology testing, and also how the testing can be applied in Hong Kong. And again, it is given a professional recognition by Hong Kong Accreditation Services. And the admission requirements. Again, a very general admission requirements can be in higher certificate in medical laboratory science, or have an associate degree or higher diploma in a science discipline, or just a member of the Institute of Biomedical Science, or a registered medical laboratory technologist. Okay, and so this is the information about the program fees. And so the next intake is tentatively scheduled for January in 2025. So please look at our website to see how you can apply. And if you have any questions about the program, please contact our colleague, Winnie. Okay, next, I'll pass it to my colleague, Dr. Tian.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Mai. So I'm Dr. Tian. I'm going to introduce the last two programs in the whole session. So the first one is Master of Science in Biomedical Science, which is also in collaboration with Edinburgh Napier University. So the same to our BSc program, and then it's also exempt from the non-local higher education. So it depends on whether each individual employer will recognize this program. But don't worry, we got the support from different laboratories, from different hospitals. So they encourage their staff to take this program. So they basically recognize this program. And then upon finish this program, the graduates also got a good career path in different laboratories, different hospitals. So basically, most of the employer recognize this program for their staff development. So this program is also offered as a 2-year part-time program at Master of Science level. So I would just give a very simple explanation. So normally this program will be completed in 2 years plus about 3 months due to the final part of the research project. So it's slightly longer. So normally we will start the program in September, but finish about 2 years later, the December time to complete everything. But now we are also trying to optimize the whole rundown of the program. So hopefully everything could be completed by 2 years, and then students just pending for the final result to release by the end of the year. So part-time, most of the lectures will be arranged in the evenings of Tuesdays and Fridays. So we also have some sessions arranged on Saturdays, but normally those for practical, those for laboratory sessions, which cannot be complete within like 3 hours in the evening. So we try to arrange on Saturdays. Students would have longer time to do experiment, especially for some technique that need longer time. So we can start in the morning session and have a break to wait for the experiment to complete, and then in the afternoon we can come back to collect the data. And the program is Edinburgh Napier University's program, so finally you will get an award from ENU, from Edinburgh Napier University. Yeah, so what could you learn from this program? This program provides you with the detail of those critical knowledge in theoretical and practical aspect in biomedical science. So it's at master level, so we would expect this, this program consists or provide some of the learning experience in trying to interpret the data, trying to do a discussion based on the real case, real scenario, and with a lot of critical thinking in the field. So basically, this program provides you a higher level in terms of the academic performance. Well, unlike the program, unlike the higher certificate, which is professional training, which really prepare you to be MLT, this program, normally we aim to train those people who already working in the field or who already got a degree in biological related area. So in principle, it's not aimed to help you to do registration, although we do have some graduates who do not have a license before, but after completion this program, got the registration. But I think it's based on individual case, based on the working experience or their bachelor degrees course, different course they take. But we welcome all the students from either a biological science degree who decided to work in biomedical science or laboratory science field, or to those who are already working in the field, but aim to get a career promotion, to get a better career development, to consider this program. In total, there are 7 modules. 6 of them are taught modules, mainly lectures, but we also include some of the practical sessions, discussions, seminars, presentation to help students to get a bit diverse learning experience. And finally, we have a research module, which lasts for about 9 months. So students from this module will really conduct some of the experiments. It could be a small research project which contribute to a big project, big part of research. But we hope through this project give students a taste of how those clinical research can finally be applied or to help the healthcare professionals to have a better understanding in this field. So in terms of those taught modules, we try to cover most of the principles in medical laboratory science, as my colleague just introduced at the beginning, like hematology, microbiology, and so on. So this gives you a more in-depth knowledge in the related field. And we also have a module covering the scientific skills, which prepare you to work in the research project. So all these modules are compulsory. So we expect students to successfully complete all these programs to get a master degree. So regarding the teaching staff, yeah, we try to select the best, select all the experts in the field to teach our students. So we invite the academic staff from Edinburgh Napier University to come to teach. Either they fly to Hong Kong or some of the session can be delivered online. And we invite a lot of academic staff from local universities to deliver the course. And we have those professionals working in the hospital, including the medics, the doctors, and also those senior staff in the laboratory to share their experience, to teach the technology with you. And we also invite some guest speakers, some like researchers, some academic who are excellent in a certain field to share their experience, their research finding, and some of the biomedical application with our students. So that's for lectures. And then for project, it will be an individual research project. So each student will have one supervisor looking after you for the whole project. And then those supervisors are normally those active researchers from local universities, from different departments of the university. And we also invite those scientists who are working in medical laboratory to supervise our students. The project at the moment covers both research part, both the let me say the pure research, the biological research, biomedical research, as well as the clinical research. And we also include some of the project which is in bioinformatics, which in the data processing from clinical data or to interpret those molecular results. So career, so it's already at a master level. This program aims to help students to get a better career development, help those students who aim to have aim to become a more senior position in the medical lab. So our graduates would have a good chance to promote to a higher level, for example, from associate medical technologist to medical technologist, or to even senior medical technologist. Or in private lab, it's also the same, to upgrade them to senior or even to management level of the lab. So I'm not saying that it's a must. You must have a master to get promoted. It's highly depends on the decision of each individual lab. But according to our survey, our statistics of our graduates, many of them got a chance to be promoted within 1 or within 2 years after completion. So it provides a good opportunity, good pathway to our graduates. And then entry requirement, okay, here is the same picture which you saw before, but in general, we expect students to have a BSc degree in relevant area, like in biology, biotechnology, biomedical science, and so on. The degree, of course, we offer, as Dr. Mai just introduced, our BSc in biological science. So we would expect you to have an honors degree. So with normally 2 years or with final year project for as a top-up degree. But if you only have an ordinary degree, again, in our system is the Idemir Napier BSc program has 2 levels. One is ordinary level, one is the honorary level. So for the ordinary degree, we would expect students to have more working experience. So normally after 2 years after you got this ordinary degree, then you can apply to master program. Besides that, because it's again in collaboration with UK university, so all the medium of instruction will be in English. So we would also expect students to have English proficiency. So if your degree is also with the English as teaching language, then it's fine. But if not, then we also expect you to complete certain English proficiency test to prove that you are ready to study the whole program in English. Application procedure is pretty standard. You can find the form from our website, which we will share the QR code with you in the next slide. And then the course fee is year 1 and year 2 actually is the same as at the moment is 78,000, but it may have some change in different years. So please always keep checking our website to get the most updated information. Well, so the application to MSc in biomedical science is still ongoing. The deadline would be mid of July. So if you already got a degree in biological related science and aim to get a better career development, you are welcome to apply the program. So normally the intake starts in September. So you can find the program information from the website or from the QR code here. And my colleague Winnie is the one who is looking after this program. So for any question about this program, you can always contact her. So the other program is also a new program. It's called Postgraduate Certificate in Bioinformatics for Medical Laboratory Technologists. So this program, from the name, you may notice that it's aimed to provide some training for MLT. So it's for those who are already working in the lab. It's a level 6 program, which means it's also a postgraduate level. We expect students to have a degree already before you apply this program. So why we need to have this bioinformatics, the informatic technique for biological science, for biomedical related area, why we need this program? As you know, that nowadays, especially for those who are working in the lab, a lot of molecular technique has been applied in biomedical lab, so which provide, of course, a lot of information, more accurate information for those doctors to decide or to detect different type of disease or the pathogens. So those techniques, including you probably heard about that PCRs, cytogenetics, and different sequencing technique, including the traditional Sanger sequencing and advanced sequencing, next generation sequencing, and other new technology. So those technology, of course, is good because it provides very large amount of information, give more evidence for doctors to make decision. However, as we got a large number of data, then it's also very difficult to analyze or to pick up the most useful information. For example, I list here for a whole genome of human, if we do a whole genome sequencing, we want to know everything about our DNA. Then from one person, we just sequence once. then it's already 3 GB. But sometimes to be more reliable, the sequencing could be run for several rounds, to get a higher coverage of the target region. So the data could be even larger. Then, of course, it's not possible to do any manual analysis on this data. So we use this bioinformatics. We use computer to help us to analyze the data. So we need to understand, we need to know what database and what software to be used to store the data, to compare the data, to analyze the data. And then we also try to do some, use some computer program to help us to analyze the data which fit to the use of certain labs or certain areas. So based on this background, we developed this new program. We hope this program will allow the student, after completion of the program, will allow them to be able to explain those genomic technologies, and then able to get the data, the genome data, from different database, and use appropriate software to extract those data. And we also help students to be able to develop some simple computer scripts or some programming skills, at least for you to handle the data generated in your lab, to clean the data, to filter out those unnecessary information. So it's not for computer research, it's not for bioinformatics research, but at a very applied level. So the last outcome, the graduates will be able to apply those software, either it's ready to use software or those written by your labs, by yourself, to use those data to analyze the sequencing or other genome information get from real cases. So the program, based on those learning outcomes, we would have 4 modules. The first module, we try to help students to review all the genetic and genomic technologies. So basically to help students to understand how the data is generated, why the data is like that, and then how to use this data. So those are the technology part. And then the second part is, we call it Introduction to Bioinformatics. So that cover the computer setting, network setting, and also different useful resources, online resources that can help you to use as reference data. And the next module, we would cover some very simple programming skills, very simple. So again, don't worry, it's not for you to really write a whole program, but probably help you to understand how the program works, and if possible, you may be able to modify some of the script to fit the purpose of your lab. Well, the last module, I think normally is considered the most useful module, is the application. So we really introduce, we cover different application, different software in different scenario in medical laboratories. So students will know in which situation what software may be able to help you to get the result. And then this program will be launched very soon in this month, but it's still open for application. So if you have interest, you may check our website. This program, we aim to complete everything within 9 months. So it's not the same as like other master program in bioinformatics. Most of those programs heavily focus on those bioinformatics research, teach you a lot of computer skills, but this one is not. We aim to train those MLTs who are working in the lab to be able to handle or to use the software to analyze the data. So it's not for research, it's more application-related program. So that's the application information. I think I won't spend time to read all this information you can find here. And after all, thank you for your attention. We welcome the question from online audience and as well as the audience in the classroom. Thank you. So it seems so far no question from online audience. Any question here?
Well, maybe we can ask questions from our audience. What programs are you interested in?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's that's a good question. Well, I would say I can't give you the exact number, but yes, we got more than 300 applicants this year. Yes. So I assume you are one of the applicants. Yeah. Okay, we are still reviewing the applicants at this stage. So the result will be released. I mean the like the arrangement of interview and so on will be gradually released, because as you know, 300 take us a lot of time to review your application form. So we are still doing that. The application start since next week, but we expect it take about a whole month to complete. So the information, we will contact you for the arrangement probably in mid to late June. You will get the information. Yeah, thank you. Good. No other questions. So I would assume that the course information has been delivered quite successful and is clear to you. But if you have any question, yeah, there's an online question.
So we have a question online from John. For higher certificate of MLS, is it a must to have working experience in related field? If I have a science master in biological science, can this academic qualification substitute working experience?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me answer that question. Yeah. That's a good question. But yeah, because for higher certificate in medical laboratory science, which is a program for professional training, so yes, we do expect you to have working experience. We expect you work in a medical lab or medical related lab. I'm not saying you must work in a hospital lab. It could be a medical related lab. So for some of the like in university, the lab could be done in clinical research. So again, you are handling clinical sample. You do pretty the same as what we expect you to understand, like some basic technology, basic principle in biomedical science. So it's sufficient enough. But if you say you are fresh graduates without any lab working experience, then I think it's quite difficult. Any other question? No. Okay. Yeah. So you have our contact email. We list it in the slide. So if you have any question, welcome to call us or send email to us. So we will try our best to help you. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and bye-bye.